What's up, everybody? I'm Sydnee Goodman, and in today's Daily Fix, why an ex-Bungie exec thinks the Activision deal was bad, Xbox might scoop up another studio, and a Blink-182 cover in The Last of Us Part 2. Roll the thing. Today we're starting off with a big ol' hunk of I told you so, also known as I should have paid attention to the red flags, courtesy of an ex-Bungie exec in regards to the Activision deal. I'll explain. Ex-Bungie board member and legendary composer Marty O'Donnell has given his hot take on the Destiny deal Bungie had with Activision, which he called, quote, bad from the start. It should be noted that O'Donnell was fired without cause from Bungie in 2014 and successfully sued the company for damages. In an interview with Halo YouTuber Hidden Xperia, O'Donnell explained that he was part of the board of directors who made the initial decision back in 2010, but said it wasn't a marriage made in heaven. O'Donnell continued, quote, everybody who no longer works for Bungie is gonna say, yeah, it was bad from the start. He also added that folks still at Bungie who say the partnership worked are being political and that it's BS. Later on in the interview, O'Donnell actually shares an anecdote about a dinner with Activision executives that literally made me make this face. As described by O'Donnell before the partnership deal had been signed, they were having a nice dinner and O'Donnell was talking to the Activision CFO about an old saying, be nice to the goose. Bungie being the goose laying golden eggs for Activision. And according to O'Donnell, the CFO told him he liked the analogy, quote, but sometimes there's nothing like a good foie gras, which of course is goose liver pate made by painfully force-feeding geese until they die in agony as their organs fail. Just saying that makes me sad. I mean, this sounds like an episode of Succession. O'Donnell did admit that, quote, the red flag went off. He also explained that Bungie ultimately went to Activision not just because of the money, but because as part of the contract, Activision wouldn't own their IP. But he said, despite the terms of that agreement, Activision was later allowed to mold the IP due to the actions of Bungie leadership. O'Donnell also adds that other publishers were in the running to partner with Bungie, but none of them would allow Bungie to retain the IP, and that Bungie almost went back to Microsoft. Bungie, of course, split off from Microsoft, their original owner, in 2007. I guess you can't blame a company called Bungie for considering a snapback. Ultimately, Bungie split from Activision in January 2019, and Destiny 2 is now entirely self-published. Fun fact about me, I actually got my start in the industry as a Destiny streamer. The more you know. What do you think? Was the deal actually doomed from the start or hindsight 2020? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of Microsoft potentially owning things, Xbox is reportedly interested in acquiring WB Interactive. This all comes courtesy of the news that WB's parent company, AT&T, is looking into the possibility of selling the video game development arm of Warner Brothers. The information is reporting that alongside companies like Activision, EA, and Take-Two, Microsoft is interested in acquiring WB Interactive and its several game development studios. Whoever acquires WB Interactive will likely purchase studios like Avalanche Software, Monolith Productions, NetherRealm Studios, Rocksteady Studios, TT Games, and various WB game studios. It is important to note that an acquisition won't mean that whoever buys it will own characters like Batman or Harry Potter. Instead, potential buyers will have to negotiate licensing deals so that studios like Rocksteady can still create new games based on DC Comics or any other WB characters. But certain properties like Mortal Kombat will be included in the sale of NetherRealm Studios. Do you think Microsoft will add this to their basket of studios? It would mean a massive increase in the number of Xbox Game Studios developers, and they already have a lot. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And now, time for your daily wholesome content. Blink-182's Mark Hoppus played his classic song Damn It within The Last of Us Part 2. Hoppus covered the song using the simulated in-game guitar while he was streaming on Twitch. He managed to copy the 4-chord structure from the song by strumming on the DualShock's touchpad, using the right stick to switch between the different chords. He even gave us a little sing-along. You'll love to see it. In fact, people have been posting all kinds of songs played in-game. If this makes you crave some acoustic tunes, covering songs on Ellie's guitar is definitely having a moment on YouTube. You can even watch some tutorials to perfect your very own touchpad strum. And that was your Daily Fix. I'm Sydnee Goodman, and I hope your day is as awesome as you are. Now that you're all caught up on the news, check out our video of the developers of Desperados 2 reacting to a speedrun of their game. Download the IGN app on all your mobile devices, subscribe to the Daily Fix on Snapchat, and for all things everything else, IGN.com. I did this entire read on my tiptoes, and my calves are burning.
What do you think about me? I won't try.